Hello and welcome to another episode of Nintendo Enthusiast Radio. Today with me, we just got a nice little twosome going, me and Anthony.
Yeah, how's it going?
And I. So, we're going to be discussing Donkey Kong, that new Wii U game that came out in February, and we're probably not going to get another Wii U game for a while, so the one we're going to be playing for quite a bit.
Thankfully, it's so good that we might be playing it until then.
Yep, except Anthony, who apparently already 100% of the game.
Yeah.
So, Anthony, what are your initial impressions about the game? Obviously, you've already gone through all of it. I'm just finished up the fourth world. Haven't had a chance to actually finish the game yet, but I've made good headway into the game. But you are definitely know a little more about the game. So why don't you give your basic feedback on the game so far?
So Donkey Kong Country has been a series really close to my heart for a while, for all my life. It was Donkey Kong Country on the SNES was my very first game, and I absolutely adore Tropical Freeze. I think it's easily, for me so far, the Wii U's best game, one of the best 2D platformers I've played, ingenious level design, Retro Studios through and through. I think, as bold as it sounds, my favorite game from them so far. I adore it.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the same boat. I really, really like Tropical Freeze. I think, I don't know, if it's not one of my favorite Wii U games, or not, if it's not my favorite Wii U game, it's definitely up there with Rayman Legends, because I really, really love that game as well.
Oh, yeah, me too. I reviewed it.
Yeah, and then Donkey Kong itself. Yeah, the level design is really, really well put together. The platforming is tight, and I really like that we have the option of playing with three side characters, being either Diddy, Cranky, or Dixie Kong, which can embellish your gameplay experience depending on which one you choose.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I don't know about you, I really prefer Dixie over the other ones.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the general consensus. It seems everyone thinks she's the best.
Yeah, it seems like she's way better than Diddy because Diddy Kong just kind of hovers, Dixie hovers, and then she also gets that little boost at the end.
Yeah, because Diddy gives you extra distance, but Dixie gets you distance and height, a little more height. So, yeah, she's definitely the best, easily.
And then Cranky Kong, on the other hand, I've really only found him necessary now and then when it came to like getting a letter or a puzzle piece, very rarely, in fact. And then overall, I mean, I'm not really that big of a fan of DuckTales gameplay when it came to using the cane, so I don't really see much of a benefit.
You're wrong. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't like DuckTales. I liked it and I enjoyed it. But if I have to choose between cane platforming and hover platforming, I'm definitely going to choose the hover one.
So yeah, I've had a lot of time to try to like mess with the game. I've been doing actual speed runs and stuff, and I was wondering that too. I'm like, is Cranky just useless? He's really good in boss fights. He's actually quite good in boss fights because he can pogo bounce over enemies that like you can't even jump, that the normal Kongs can't jump on. Like, for example, the polar bear, when he charges you, you can bounce off of his head, which would normally hurt you with the normal Kongs, the fifth boss of the game. Sorry for spoilers, but yeah.
That's actually really interesting because I haven't played with Cranky on any of the boss stages. I've just been using Dixie, but I'll definitely try that out because that's an interesting new idea that I haven't really thought about before.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's what I feel. I feel he's good for boss fights, which I was pretty happy with. He wasn't completely useless.
But I guess this brings us over to the boss fights, which I don't know about you, but I really like as well. I think they're so well put together.
There's not much bad I can say about this game, to be honest. When I say I like it, I'm saying it's one of my new favorite games in general. I adored this game. Like I said, I grew up with Donkey Kong Country, and it's a series I feel I kind of understand really, really well. It's, to me, the Donkey Kong Country games, way more than Mario, they're not just like really fun platformers. They kind of like they're kind of emotional in a way. They kind of like get under your skin, and I think one of the reasons is because of the soundtrack. I think the music in this game is unbelievably good.
Yeah, and the music is definitely done very, very well. It's by that composer that did the original ones, I believe.
Yeah, David Wise.
David Wise. Now, don't get me wrong, the original Donkey Kong Country Returns definitely had a good soundtrack as well, but doesn't hold a candle to Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Pretty much every single moment you're in delight because the music is so well done. There's so much variation in the instrumentalism. The jazz is so well arranged.
And it fits the level design so well. When I play a Mario game, other than like Galaxy, like when I played like 3D World, it was really good, but it was always like that jazzy tune, so I never really felt that immersed in the game. It was just really fun. This game, I don't know, I feel the music fits the level so well and really captures you, and just like you just stay really immersed in the levels.
Yeah, not only that, but there are also some levels that are kind of similar to Rayman Legends, where the whole environment is kind of moving with the music, and the platforming kind of matches up a little bit. And it's not as exact as Rayman Legends, because Rayman Legends is really scripted in its music levels, but it's definitely gets you going.
It's actually more subtle, which I like. Like the level, I think it's Grassland Groove, the level with the Lion King style music. The trees are dancing to the music in the background. It's the game is really alive.
Yeah, and I've been reading through some reviews, and there have been a few big complaints that reviewers have been putting out there, which I disagree with kind of both of them. One person said that the art style wasn't appealing, and they didn't like the graphics, which I really don't understand where they're coming from.
Oh, wow.
Personally, Donkey Kong's hair is like the shit.
Yeah, this game looks incredible to me. I don't know.
I mean, the game looks incredible. The textures are well done. It runs at 60 frames per second, which people like to say they don't care about, but it still makes for really crisp platforming. Technically very well done. And on top of that, Donkey Kong's hair is amazing. So I really don't understand why people are complaining about the art style.
What's interesting is, you know how games have those, the thing where if you wait too long at the menu screen, it'll play like a demo of the game?
Yes.
I think this one does it, and I think the video, I'm not positive, but I think it's in 30 frames per second when they show it, and I was like, oh my god, what a difference.
Yeah. But that's what makes the platforming so crisp, similarly to the recent Zelda game, A Link Between Worlds, where I really felt like every sword press was so exact due to that 60 frames per second as well.
Yeah, it's amazing what a difference that can make.
Yeah, so definitely a technical marvel along with the music. And the other complaint was these boss battles, which we loved because there were multiple stages, always figuring something new out. But there is one complaint that I do find valid, the fact that there's no checkpoints.
For me, it's the bonus levels. That's the only negative I have about this game. The bonus levels, they're just so redundant. And every time I get to one, I'm like, no, because it means the music in the main stage has to stop, and it's really kind of off-putting. That's how I felt.
Really, I don't think I've had much of a problem with these bonus levels. I've played through all of them so far that I've made it to.
Okay.
And I really like the idea of these secret endings, and some of them you have to kind of like keep. I remember in one I had to keep Dixie Kong for the vast majority of a level without losing it. In order to unlock two secret endings within the same level, which was kind of cool as well. But I don't really have any major gripes about the bonus levels, probably just because I haven't really paid attention to them. Especially you, who has really put so much time in the game, you definitely notice these things, especially if there's repetition.
The secret exits is a great idea. That's awesome. I totally agree with that. I like the secret exits a lot. It's the bonus stages where you have to like collect the bananas in like 20 secones.
Oh, those bonus.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes. I agree with you. Those are like the secret. I guess you call them a bonus stage.
I don't know why I said stage. It's more like a mini game. I didn't mean this bonus stages in the game. They're just as great as the levels, the normal levels.
Yeah. But you're right. These bonus areas, I guess we'll call them, definitely really repetitive. They have the same same types of levels, which will appear multiple times.
Yes. Always the same tune. Not very David Wisey tune. It's good, but it's not. It totally detracts from the levels, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely a little disappointing for those But on the other hand,
it doesn't make a huge and it doesn't make a huge difference. This is an incredible game. I don't know. I can't praise it enough. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, if I was to review it, which I'm not, our review is being done by Kurt, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's putting it up a little later, or Ryan, one of the two. They're looking at it. They definitely like the game, but man, if I was to review it, I'd easily give it like a 9.5 or something.
Yeah,
so good.
I wrote a separate review and I gave it a 9.6, so I would completely agree.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely and it's only $50. It's easily the best, if not one of the best games on the Wii U.
Oh my god, I can't figure that out. It is
definitely better than Mario 3D World in my eyes, anyway.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Definitely better than pretty much anything else out there. Maybe not Rayman Legends, because that's kind of iffy. Depends on the person.
Rayman Legends is quite good. There's no doubt.
But they give you a $10 price discount on the game too, and if you go to Toys R Us, they'll give you another $10 gift card. So it's only a $40 game. Come on, guys! Don't be stupid. Go out and buy the game. It's so good.
And support Retro, for the love of God. They deserve it. How did you feel about the fourth level boss? That was the only boss I didn't enjoy. The pufferfish.
I think I actually haven't faced him. Maybe I'm right there, like on the about to face him, but I haven't yet.
My apologies. I didn't mean to spoil.
It's all your fault. You spoiled everything.
Ruin the game. Let's just stop playing right now.
Yeah. I've been out of town, so I haven't been able to get to it, but I'm definitely looking forward to getting back to it and eventually beating it. You're way ahead of me. I guess you're on those time trials right now. I haven't personally been able to try the time trials and the leaderboards. How have you liked those?
It's very nice. It's very, it's a game I feel designed for speedrunning, which is not an easy feat, but when you start to play it like speedrunning, you realize how ingenious the level design is. Like the placement of every enemy in a construct is placed in a way where you can rush the game and like shortcuts and like bop off this enemy. Or it's very, very well done. And the cool feature they added is you can post it to leaderboards and actually watch another player's speedrun to see like, oh, that's how I do it, and everyone can fortify their record and everything. It's very cool. It's a good idea. I'm not surprised Retro would come up with a good idea like that.
Yeah, I definitely, the platforming really feels like it's very, I don't want to say tight, because although it is really tight, it just feels like it's all the way it's supposed to be. And when you're going to make a jump, you can expect that something, if you're just going right, straight through, if you time your jump correctly, you can expect that something's going to be there on the other end waiting for you to jump off of.
Yep.
So, yeah, I definitely agree. Overall, very strong recommendations from both Anthony and I. Look for our review in the coming days, and make sure to check out NintendoEnthusiast.com for the rest of your information needs on all things Nintendo. Thanks for joining me, Anthony, and see you next time.
Sayonara.